Good morning. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so if anyone cannot hear me, or if you can hear me, I'd love if you can just drop in the comments to let me know. Make sure my volume's on. It's on. Yes. And I'll just wait a couple minutes until everybody can get on here. In the meantime, Palo Santos. Oh, thank you, John. So Palo Santos is a tree from South America that I love. It's really nice incense. It's very calming, and yeah, I use it all the time. It's a good cleanser. Oh, Brenda from Aurelia. Cool. Hello from hometown. Oh, hi guys, this is awesome. Okay, well, I'm excited to be speaking with a lot of you here live on YouTube. As I said, it's been a while. I think the last live I did was in South America well over a year ago, and we all know a lot has changed. So I'd like to start before I get into everyone's questions, just to say again where I am. I'm in California, in Santa Barbara right now. It's about an hour and a half north of LA. I am on a visitor's visa. I am Canadian, so I came in on a visitor's visa. I can stay here for up to 6 months, but I know I say I'm living in California, but I'm still a Canadian resident, and I will be going back and forth for the next little while. I won't be going home to Canada for quite a few months, hopefully until the vaccines come out and border restrictions change, and I won't have to quarantine for 2 weeks before getting home. Oh, we have Deanne from Santa Barbara. Oh, you love Santa Barbara. Yeah, awesome. St. Louis, it's so cool to see you all over here. Charlotte from the UK. Ottawa, love Ottawa, very close to Eamon and Beck. That's exciting. Okay, well, I'm going to get into, hi Deb, nice to see you on here. I'm going to get into some questions. So, Surly Trucker asked if I'm going to be doing van life again. So yes, I am over here. I'm building a new van. I'm actually looking for it right now. I want to get a Ford Transit high roof, which is actually a 6'8" roof, long wheelbase. So the reason I'm going for a Ford this time instead of a Sprinter is a couple of reasons. Affordability for sure, accessibility for parts. I myself am not as much of a mechanic, so I like that more mechanics know how to work on Fords, as well as my boyfriend Jordan, who's building a company over here. He's building a fleet of camper van rentals, essentially, is building the Ford Transits already. So it'll be very easy to be building that alongside with all the other vans that they're building with their company. So thank you for all the warm welcomes to be back on YouTube. I'm excited to be here. It's been a mixed bag of emotions as I've been sharing. Unfortunately, when you put yourself out there, you're met with a little bit of everything, but the good far outweigh any of the bad. So thank you again. I'm just looking through for some questions here. The video is not clear. Oracle, are you able to, is everyone able to see the video okay right now? Also, this is the first time I've done a live stream on my own, so bear with me if I'm a little bit in between here. So Lisa's saying our friend is a Ford and loves it. You guys have a ProMaster. It's been great. Yes, thank you. I'm also happy to have somebody to take on the project with. As most of you know, I am so much more of a people person and a community builder. So we're actually looking at getting some more help to build. So if there's any local people that are craftsmen or welders or builders and want to help get involved, that would be amazing. The whiskey voice. I do have a raspy voice. I actually do get vocal nodules on my vocal cords sometimes, so that's just how it is. Okay, so Stephanie's asking if I'm open to sharing the story of how you went from meeting Jordan on your travels and ended up with him. I'd love to share that, and I'm sure most of you who are choosing to be here are in support of my life, so I don't need to sit here and correct all the rumors that are going around on the internet. But yeah, so Jordan and I met when I was traveling with Max, and he had a girlfriend at the time. We were all friends in South America. we shipped our vans back together and then respectively both went to our home countries. During lockdown, actually, in March, we caught up asking how each other were settling into our places, and we caught up over the app called House Party, which is like a app you can jump into and chat, and you can play games over. So we just chatted as friends, and we've had a great friendship since the point that we met, and then we just kept talking every week, every 2 weeks, every so often, and then it just started turning into something even more beautiful near the end of this year. So around like September, October, we had already as friends actually been talking about building this van together because he was starting this company here in California and I wanted to build a new van. So a lot of our lives and our ideas started lining up. And it was just a very, very natural thing. So I'm really happy and I'm very excited. Okay, so I'm just going back here because I lost my part of the thread. Okay, we've got Maria Jose from Chile. Okay, so D. Lozier is asking, sorry if I mispronounced that, am I worried about COVID being in the US? I am over here living the same way I was living at home, meaning that I'm very stationary right now. I'm not traveling around. It feels, at least here in Santa Barbara, it feels very similar to what it was like at home in Canada for me. You wear a mask everywhere you go, you respect everyone else, you stay distant from them. I actually feel better being here during COVID because the weather is nicer and I can be outside. So for my own mental health and to get exercise and to move around, I can be outside more comfortably than in the winter time. So I'm really happy about that. But I think, yes, the United States has a lot more cases, but the United States is also almost 400 million people, and Canada is only about 40 million people. So it's so much bigger. So actually, relatively speaking, it feels very similar in this area. But I'm doing my part. We don't actually really see anybody because we are into this van build. So we go from our home, we exercise, we go to the office, and we come back, and that's sort of the routine that I'm in right now. Kevin, wish you all the best if you don't want to be here. Thanks for being real and sharing your life. Thank you, Rodney. Sorry if the picture is a little pixelated. I don't know how to change that. I'm on my MacBook. I'm on my Wi-Fi. Where is the first place you want to travel when you can? By Encompass Adventure. Great question. I would love to go back to Morocco with Eamon and Beck. We have been joking a lot about going back together to rescue their van. Not a joke. They need to go to rescue their van, but I was like, I would love to come with you. So that would be high on my list. I haven't been to Europe yet, and Europe was on my 2020 bucket list. I was supposed to go to Greece with my family for my sister's 30th, my dad's 60th. We missed, like everybody, a lot of celebrations this year. So Europe is very, very high on my list as well. I have some friends over there that I'd love to see. And it's crazy to feel like I have traveled a lot, but I haven't been there yet. Yeah, I'm not sure what I can do more about the internet, unfortunately. So that's just going to have to be as is. Jaylee K, hi Lee from Missouri. So happy to follow you. Thank you for being here, honestly, everybody. I appreciate you all so much. Picture very poor. I can't change that. Are you planning to go surfing, and can you surf? By Philip. I'm a very beginner surfer, but I like to surf like 2-3 foot waves, and I'm a bit of a fair weather surfer, but I have been in the water since being here, and we're actually talking about going for a surf today. So looking forward to that. Rakesh Sharma from India. When will you be able to start uploading your van build videos? So as I said, I'm looking for my van at the moment. Hopefully in the next few weeks, I do secure my van. And then in January, I'll be starting to upload van life videos. Julie's asking how old I am. I'm 28 years old right now. Just turned 28 in October. Trent and Allie finally got their van back. Wow, I haven't caught up on that. I know they're building their property, but I didn't realize it took them that long to get their van. Sarah's asking, what are your favorite things about living in Santa Barbara right now? Honestly, my favorite things are the nature, the palm trees everywhere, the beautiful lush scenery everywhere, and therefore being outside doing activities. I started cycling. We're playing pickleball going to the beach and just going on runs and walks and enjoying the weather is the main thing. Charlotte's asking, our question is, how are you? We absolutely loved your new video from Charlotte and Tommy. Thank you both. I am doing well. Honestly, it's been emotional in these last few days sharing. Unfortunately, because Max and I, when we shared our content, did have a larger following, there were people who were upset about seeing us split. Although we split very amicably and both have respected each other a lot through this time, there's been a lot of rumors and misinformation moving around, which can be very, very hurtful. And even though I know not to let that bother me because there's no truth behind it, I'm still a human and it still bothers me sometimes. So that's been the tough part, but I'm just loving reconnecting with all of you. I loved putting that video together, and I'm really inspired and excited to continue sharing some more. Oh, I love seeing the love from Morocco. Hope to see you again. Oh, sorry, I just lost my spot here. Okay. Lisa, you're in Oregon. Yes, well, I'd love to come up to Oregon again. Okay, so Scott's asking, Haley, how do you keep a regular meditation practice, especially during difficult days and weeks? Scott, right now, I am extremely regular with my meditation practice, and that is something I would like to get back to. I kind of just check in with when I really feel I need it. I need to sit down and breathe. I use the app called Insight Timer, which has a lot of great meditations on it. I have taken proper training in order to meditate with unassisted, but I do still like the assistance. I also use the Headspace app sometimes as well. So that is something. It's hard because when it's a difficult week is when you need it the most. So I find as soon as I start getting, overwhelmed, I'm actually more focused right now on just breathing, sitting down, taking deep breaths, and then moving my body through some yoga and, relaxing my neck and letting go of that tension more so than sitting down doing actual meditations. What I've learned with meditation is that it doesn't need to look like you're sitting here and you're super zen for 20 minutes. It could mean finding a nice place to go for a walk that clears your head. It could mean, getting lost in some sort of autopilot activity where you can just take that time to check in. Meditation looks like a whole bunch of different things. So it's finding out something that works for you in your busy schedule as well. White Eulogion Raven, I'm sorry, I can't read that, says, check out Conversion Trader website. Thank you. I will definitely do that. I'm not sure what to do with the live stream quality here. I don't know it's perfectly clear on my end, so I'm not sure. Sorry about that. The Titans, the Tatinis say, thank you so much for being open about mental health. You're an incredible human. Thank you for supporting me, because it does feel very natural for me to share these things about myself. And I know that even though people will not understand, more people will feel comfort from knowing that somebody else who, I am very fortunate to say I'm very grateful with the life that I have and I live, is that it doesn't matter how much money you have or who you are, that mental health is very real for everybody, and it can be a battle for everyone. So I'm happy to, break the stigma down to letting people know that we're all real humans. Hello from the Philippines, Juvie. Yeah, Lisa, you're right. I need to remember that more often. Love maple donuts. Thanks, Canada. John, love maple donuts as well. Those are also my dad's favorites. Deb is saying she has a Ford Transit medium roof, and the reason she settles for a medium is because of the color, and it's charcoal metallic. I love that. I'm actually going to be painting my van an Audi gray color. If you've seen on my Instagram stories, there's Jordan's van that he's already building is a beautiful, nice gray as well. Can you do a video about how you got through depression during the hard times and how you maintain your mental health? I would, first I would like to direct you over to my Instagram page. It's at Life with Lee on Instagram. I did post a 20-minute video talking about my depression and what I did. So I already have done a video like that. It's very difficult. I'm not able to prescribe what I did to help you, because I think that depression is very, very personal to every single person, meaning what worked for me might not work for you. So I would say like I did seek out professional help. I did have a counselor. I was trying to find some unbiased opinions, professional opinions, as well as constantly, looking up people that do motivate me. There's some pages on Instagram. One's called Rising Woman that I really love. I turn to a lot of books as well. So definitely check out my video on Instagram. I might post that on YouTube for people that don't go on Instagram. But it is even more raw and personal, and YouTube can be a little bit more overwhelming because there's a lot more autonomy behind people's profiles. Therefore, people kind of say a lot more on here. So whereas Instagram, it's much more personal. So I feel a bit more safe to share that information on Instagram. Alex is asking, or Alex and Romeric, do you think this year with COVID will change the way you look at the future and what you want to do with your life? At least for me here, it's made me sit back and take a good look at what I want. Absolutely. That is part of what I've gone through this year is when I moved home, I wanted to move to Toronto and I wanted to get involved in the city life and busyness. And I have completely changed from what I thought I wanted to what I'm doing now. It did make me reprioritize what is most important to me and what is not. The way I look at the future, I'm more interested now in finding a sustainable way of living more independently, back toward the van life lifestyle, in the sense of working for myself. And my dream is to buy some land and build a tiny home community, and to be able to host people and create a beautiful space for events. And when I was traveling the Pan American Highway, I stayed at so many cool, unique properties with where I could go and I could show up and I could be and I can meet community. And I would love to be able to host people traveling from all walks of life. So it's definitely changed. It definitely has changed the way I've looked at my future going forward, but I think in a very positive way, because it's actually realigned me back to what will work for me more than what I think I thought would work for me. Kevin's asking if my boyfriend and I are living together. We're living in Santa Barbara at the moment. Vince, hi from Buffalo. Zoe's asking what I do for work. So this year I've done quite a few different things. I started working with my friends Eamon and Beck, which many of you will know. They have a YouTube channel as well. If you don't know them, check them out. They have a tea company, a chai tea company. So I was running events for them and working as their brand manager. And then I've been doing content creation for a whole bunch of different companies. So I have all sorts of clients for that. So individual project work. And now I'm trying to focus back on YouTube. So I'm starting to grow my Life with Lee channel, and I'm thinking about starting a podcast. And I'm looking at different ways to monetize this kind of creativity as well, because I've come to realize while working with a lot of other people that I prefer to create content that inspires me instead of creating content for someone else. So I'll constantly probably be ebbing and flowing between working for companies as a freelance independent contractor. So I still really have a love for shooting and creating content. And I'm finding out what it is that I love the most. So I've been just trialing and erroring a lot. Okay. Thank you for the love from India. Jake's asking, do I have a favorite show to binge watch? I kind of go through a lot of different shows. I really loved Money Heist. I binge almost every show that I watch. I don't regularly watch TV, but I just watched Euphoria. It's on HBO, and that was an incredibly emotional show. It's Euphoria. That's what I'll say. Look into it. It's awesome. Mark's asking if I've ever been to Barcelona. I haven't. I've yet to go to Europe at all, which just feels crazy. I cannot wait to get over there. So that is one of the first places I'd love to go. Cruising Angel, hi from Sacramento. We were just up in Sonoma area for Thanksgiving, and it's really beautiful. Lee, come to India and see our country culture. I would love to come to India. That is also high on my list, but unfortunately not anytime soon with COVID or Europe or any of these places. Chris, thank you. It's great to be feeling good again. It's been a long year. I'm from Israel. I'd love to go see Israel one day as well. Alicia says, I miss yoga class, live yoga hangout would be awesome. Ooh, I'm not a yoga teacher I'm not trained in yoga. I do a lot of yoga myself, but that'd be really cool. I would be potentially interested in that. For now, if you're interested in some live yoga that I've been doing, my friend on Instagram, her name is Sophie Jaffe. She does intuitive live yoga and it's really awesome. But that's an idea that I would keep with me. Mohammed's asking if I'm going to travel soon. Not for the next few months, at the very least. I'm planning to build my new van January to about March, hopefully in 3-4 months. You never know how long that kind of process will take. And then after that, I would like to do a road trip in the US. I do find right now that van travel is actually one of the safest, if not the safest ways of travel because you are totally self-contained. I'm going to have my own toilet, my own shower, my own water supply, my own fridge for food. So I won't need to go into a lot of places, which means I'll be able to travel pretty much off grid away from people in nature like I have done in the past and have everything that I need. So I do think that is the future of travel as well, which is a big reason that Jordan, my boyfriend right now, is building a camper van company. So soon there'll be a van out to rent. So if there's any local people that want to try renting it, I will be posting more information about that because I do think that is a really safe way to travel eventually when it becomes safe to do so. Right now, the government is asking, at least in California, to stay local and to not travel. So I'm not traveling right now. Hi, Nadia from sunny Florida. I haven't been to Florida yet either. So Grace says, I'm excited that you're happy and starting a new chapter of life. I've always wanted to build a van and I'm so inspired by you. Thank you, Grace. Well, I'm excited to bring you through the ups and downs of building a van. And if you ever come out here and want to get your hands dirty, I welcome you to come join us for a little while and see. Okay, where am I? Oops, this is my spot. Okay, I'll try to speed it up here. Do you think this is okay? Okay, Lee sounds stuffy. Are you feeling okay? Is that Callie's son being nice to you? Glad to see you back and shining your beautiful spirit, Diane. I'm not stuffy, but I did just roll out of bed and wake up, and I'm here now. So this is just how I sound in the mornings. I have my breakfast here that I haven't eaten. I have my morning kombucha that I haven't drank, and I have water. So this is just how I am in the morning. What type of van are you building, and what is your priority item? Shower, heater, fold-up bed. So again, I'm building a Ford Transit, high roof, long wheelbase. And this time my priority is to be using the van as a home office space. So I want it to be an open concept living. I'm absolutely putting a toilet. Shower is not as big of a concern for me. So it'll be like an outdoor shower. And because I plan to use this van more as like a weekender and a road trip vehicle and a hotel when I'm going to visit friends, but I don't plan on living full time in it. I've learned about a healthier balance that I like and I need for myself. So it's going to be very similar to Eamon and Beck's style if you've seen that before. So it'll be a bed in the back, a 3/4 fixed bed. The front will come down into the seats, and then it'll be a L-shaped seating area, kitchen, and then the passenger seat will swivel. So it'll be a lot more of like an open flow, open concept, room for storage, bikes, and whatever I need in the very bottom and the back. And then I plan to build out the drawers so that my camera gear can all have a safe place to be, as I will be moving around for different shoots, as well as filming for YouTube. And, the first time I lived in a van, the van that Max and I had together, we didn't build it to be videographers. We built it to just live in. So it wasn't really meeting the needs. At least it wasn't meeting my needs for a while. So I do have quite a different design from having been in a van for so long and having seen and been in so many other vans. I do know exactly what I want. So heater, absolutely. All the basic comfort things like a shower, a heater, a toilet, a fridge. I would love to have a little bit of a freezer. I love making smoothies in the morning. So Brian was asking how important is a shower in your van build. Pros and cons. So I won't have a fixed shower. I will have a water tank in the back with a shower hose with an outdoor curtain. Personally, for me, after having lived on the road for so long, I can clean up without an actual soaking shower. So I could have just 1 to 2 showers a week versus having to shower every single day. Personal preference. So it's lower priority to me. If you're a person that loves to start your day with a proper shower, then I think that's something to do with you. Con of having a proper shower is it takes a lot of space, and a lot of people end up using that space as just storage, and then you're moving everything to get in and out of the shower. And there's a lot of cool inspiration right now online of showing these like pop-up showers. So, people that have like the shower grate underneath the hose, and then you can set it up as a shower and take it down and have all that extra space. But it depends on what's the most important to you. Sarah's asking favorite foods for breakfast, thinking of what to make in a bit. Overnight oats is always a good go-to, but for me, lately I've been loving savory things. So I like doing a tofu scrambled. So it's just tofu, turmeric, nutritional yeast, salt and pepper, a little bit of whatever kind of milk you use to marinate it. And then I put a whole bunch of veggies in it as well. That one's good. I put a little bit of cayenne for spice. Lately, much more savory. I've been having a lot of bagels with cream cheese and avocado and hummus and Carmen, hi from Florida. Stephanie says only 28 and you've lived such a full life already. Thank you, Stephanie. I do feel really grateful for what I've done in my 20s, and a lot of that I can thank my parents for encouraging me to travel in my 20s. They settled down in their early 30s and had their family. So my sister at 30, me at 32. And so I've always kind of had in my head that 20s were the time to grow and learn more about yourself and the world around you. And I think I've always been a big proponent of this, but I think now more than ever that travel is one of the best teachers ever. So if you need to learn more about yourself and you're going to grow inevitably through whatever it is that you're doing. But I have grown a lot through travel. It's been, invaluable for me. Harry's asking, what is one fear which you would like to overcome? I think the biggest fear that I tried to overcome this year was the fear of being alone and being on my own. And this doesn't even necessarily not mean being with a partner, but it also means being online on my own, taking full responsibility and taking full autonomy of everything that I do in my work. So that's something that I'm still battling with. I don't know if that's such a fear, but I do still have a very hard time not taking things personally and not letting everything get to me. And so when I'm reading, when people are rather rude and give me their unsolicited opinions or advice about things about my personal life, I have a hard time combating that. So I've actually just signed back up to therapy to continue building a good relationship with YouTube and to have somebody to talk to when I'm faced with those difficult emotions that arise. I want to be able to create the healthiest balance here. And I recognize that this, putting so much energy out there with so many of you is really incredible, but it can also leave me feeling very depleted. So I'm trying to just monitor that. So it's less of a fear and more of a constantly trying to work on getting better at this. Julie's asking if I live vegan and have I thought about getting a dog. Julie in Denmark. Well, I'd love to go to Denmark one day. I'm obsessed with hygge and the whole term of hygge, which is from Denmark, I believe. I'm not vegan. I never actually liked calling myself vegan. That was not so much my way of viewing how I eat. I now would say that if I had to label how I eat at all, I'd say I'm a very intuitive plant-based eater. And I consider plant-based meaning that majority of my food is derived from plant-based foods, but then I do still sometimes, if I'm going to have any meat or if I'm going to have seafood or if I'm going to have cheese, I have it. I don't put a label on what I eat. I think that is very rigid and kind of unsustainable. And I don't see the point of having a label of one or the other. When I look at why I choose to eat the way I do, my first priority is my health. My second priority is the environmental impact. And then my third would be caring about animals around me. So I don't support factory farms. I like to know where all my food is coming from. I eat for what my body needs. And I think when you listen to your body, it's pretty incredible. And there's so much information. I'm very interested in your micro gut biome, which is the relationship between your gut and your brain and bringing in diversity of fruits and vegetables and different foods is actually really good to build up a healthy balance of bacteria, which can help fight off infections and sickness. So I eat for my nutrition first and foremost. And I'd say that probably looks like maybe 80% plant-based and 20% animal products, or maybe 90% plant-based and 10%. I totally fluctuate. If I have the choice when I go out to eat and there's a 100% plant-based meal that fulfills everything that I want, I will choose that first, and then so on and so forth. I haven't thought about getting a dog. Jordan, my partner right now, has a dog. She's 9 years old. She is a rescue, and she's the coolest, most fiercely independent dog ever. I appreciate having her in my life, but I don't want to take on the responsibility of training a dog, a young dog. And I have been watching hockey up until recently, so I've taken a break from that. Julia, thank you for watching my last video. Andrew, Lead the Creators back. Thank you, Andrew. Carmen's asking, will I be doing a step-by-step on your solar hookup? Probably not. I'm not an expert when it comes to van building. There's a lot of amazing information on the internet, on YouTube right now about step-by-steps. I will be happy to share information about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, but I will be more of a, I'm going to be sharing the highs and lows and the fun and everything that goes into a van build, more so my vibe coming through the camera than here's the detailed step-by-step of how to do everything. Again, there are people who do that extremely well, so I will leave that up to them. Alice says, what are the COVID rules where you are at in California at the moment? So right now, they just came back onto a bit more of a restriction. So shopping is only open 20% capacity right now in stores. Restaurants no longer you can dine at. It's only takeaway. They're asking, I'm pretty sure, just not to be seeing other people right now. So as I said, Jordan and I spend most of our days outside exercising or going to the shop and working on a van build or working on my business. So, or being at the beach. So I'm very grateful for the weather. But right now it's, in Canada, or in Ontario, we have like different zone colors. So I'm not sure what the zone is called that we're in right now, but it's pretty limited for good reason. I think if we all, just do our part right now and chill for a little bit longer, hopefully the world can open back up. Laura says, oh my God, just got on. What is your workout regime? I right now I'm doing a lot of physical activity versus working out. I don't have any weights. I would like to get some weights. I have some back home, but I didn't bring everything over with me. So a lot of cycling, like road cycling, I'm starting to get into. I play pickleball, which is like a short version of tennis mixed with racquetball, mixed with ping pong. Really fun, good high intensity workout. Just running and kind of body weights and yoga right now is that. Van Born Adventures said, would be amazing to see you in the UK at some point. So grateful you're sharing your stories and the reality of your struggles. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I would love to see you in the UK. Really, really hoping to get over there sometime this year. But if not, next year, as in 2022. When you finish, and also I just want to say another thank you for bringing truth to social media. I know I get met with flack when I share so much, and I know it can be difficult, as in people then comment on my personal life and, say what they want to say. But I do think there is an importance of sharing the reality, and I'm not interested in being on social media if I'm not sharing the reality. So that is all that you're going to see from me. Lindsay says, when you finish your van build, will you come back to Canada? Yes, I'm definitely going to be coming back and forth between Canada and California for quite a while going forward. My sister's getting married this year, so I have a reason to be going back for that at the very least. And a lot of my friends and family in my life that I love so much is over there as well. So ideally, I'd like to drive the van back over the border around early spring, early summer. That's my goal, but I'm really trying not to put too much expectation into future plans right now because who knows what's going to happen. So I'm just living more day to day. Oh, Julia says, miss you up here in Canada, but way to follow your heart. Thank you. I love Canada as well. And I'm going to be back and forth quite a lot. Marie says, welcome to Santa Barbara. Maybe I'll see you around. Would love that. Looking for some new girlfriends on my own here. I love meeting Jordan's friends and family, but I'm definitely would love to connect to some people. So message me, Marie, on Instagram. I would love to meet you. Zach says, Haley, big fan from Wisconsin. What are you most proud of looking back at 2020? Well, that's a great question. I haven't really reflected on what I'm most proud of this year, and without sounding like I don't know. Honestly, I'm proud of facing all of my fears and facing all of the things, the difficult things that I needed to work through, my insecurities, and going through them to get to where I am right now, because I was trying to avoid that for so long. And in 2019, 2018, like in every part leading up to 2020, I had, anytime I felt uncomfortable in my own feelings, I would just try to suppress it and avoid it. Like, I can fix how I feel by externally changing my situation. But at some point you can't do that. So I'm grateful for 2020 forcing me to sit down and have to deal with these emotions. And I'm proud of, I'm essentially proud of taking the very difficult path to become truer to myself, because breaking up with Max was not an easy thing, because I do care for him. We had a great relationship, but it ultimately just wasn't working for me anymore. So that was difficult. It was difficult to split up our YouTube channel, and to, my choices affected him. And that was a huge guilt that I carried. And it was not easy to give up something that was good to be alone to figure out my own issues. So I'm proud of taking that difficult path and working through what I had to work through to be here today. And I would encourage everybody who has that kind of feeling inside them that something's off and there's something more that you need to deal with, to deal with that. Because if I can be an example of anything, is that you will get through it. And I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel at times, but now I'm so grateful for pushing through it. Alan from sunny Perth, Australia. Perth is still so high on my list. I haven't been there yet, but I would love to go back and visit the whole west coast of Australia. Be sure to visit my wharf in Santa Barbara. Stephanie, ooh, where's that? The Godfather says, what's the best advice you've ever got? Honestly, I think one of my favorite things is from my mom when I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, which is, I think, where a lot of stress comes from a lot of people. She said, if you don't know what you want to do, start figuring out what you don't want to do. And that is what led me down such a diverse and, globe-trotting path. Was, okay, I don't know what I want to do. So in the meantime, instead of sitting here trying to force myself into a job that doesn't work for me, I'm going to travel and explore and find out more about myself and try different jobs and, see, and then reevaluate, okay, how did I like that? How did I not like that? Because everything that I've done today has helped me figure out more who I am now. And I went through all of these experiences because I was encouraged to try new things. So yeah. Again, if you don't know what you want to do, start figuring out what you don't want to do. And that is going to lead you down an interesting path. Amber says, I've said it on Instagram, but I'm just so darn proud of you. Keep living life for you. I'm so glad you're back and can't wait to see what's coming up. Thank you, Amber. Thank you a lot. Oracle says, what's been the most beautiful takeaway from finding yourself again? Ooh, I love that. Most beautiful takeaway of finding myself would be the fact that things, now that I'm so in tune and aligned with who I am, my life is just flowing a lot easier. I'm not forcing things to work. I'm still working really hard for what I want, but I think the people who are meant to be here are here and with me. And I feel lighter. And I feel like, okay, I'm rooting for myself as well. I'm on my own team now. Like, instead of having this negative self-talk and telling myself that I'm not good enough, I'm my own cheerleader. And that just feels really good to know, like, if externally things aren't working, at least inside, I'm like, okay, no, Lee, we can do this. Let's redirect. And so that, and then another thing that I I actually read in a book that I love by a woman named Glennon Doyle in her book called Untamed. And she said, when you free yourself, you free all of your people. And what I love about that is I find that I have become this safe space for many of my friends and many of you online who feel like, wow, okay, if she's pushing to become more like herself and she's, working through her insecurities, and I can too. And it's extremely like heartwarming to see other people feel inspired by that, because I'm not doing anything differently than what I'd be doing if I wasn't online. I'm just sharing the emotional ride that I'm on with you. So if me having going through everything this year can positively help some other people also, feel and know that they can go through those difficult challenges as well, and that they will prosper from it as well, then that's really, really rewarding. Tyler and Todd, hi guys, love you. Can't wait to meet you in person. I feel like I already have, so that's the beauty of FaceTime. Jake is saying, what are your plans for Christmas if you celebrate? This year we don't have any plans. We went to see Jordan's family in Northern California for Thanksgiving. That was like our one visit. We took multiple COVID tests and isolated before in order to go see his family. So that was really nice, but we won't be seeing them again for a while. I do plan on Skyping or FaceTiming with my family back home in Canada. So that will be nice, but otherwise we're just keeping it very low key. If anything I've learned through this year is to, not put too much emotion into expectation. So I haven't been building up Christmas in my mind just to feel like it's not the same. Christmas is different this year. So we're just embracing the difference. Instead of getting a cedar tree, we got a cacti and we decorated it with decorations and lights. And, I'm not trying to make everything the same right now because it's not the same. So I'm just kind of embracing the newness. So we might last minute decide to go camping, just Jordan and his dog Clover and I, and just go find an empty spot in nature and just be under the stars. But otherwise we'll just be here and taking it easy. Sarah says, love your energy. Thanks for being so vulnerable. What is something bringing you joy right now? Was there anything that you wish people knew and understood about you? You were beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. Right now, what's bringing me joy is just a lot of, like the sun. I mean, I feel I'm not rubbing it into everybody in Canada because I know I'm used to that as well, but just being able to wake up and go outside and stretch and be in the sunshine and like to open the window and have like nice air coming in is definitely bringing me a lot of joy. Honestly, connecting on here and having finally put myself out here on my own to start my life with Lee and to be feeling like really aligned with what I'm doing is bringing me joy. And then this one's silly, but I'm obsessed with pickleball right now. Golf was bringing me a lot of joy this year, but now I've switched into pickleball. My golf clubs are currently in Canada. I need to get them sent over and then I can start golfing again. So for Sarah, what is there, or was there anything you wish people knew and understood about you? Yeah, I guess I wish I was able to share more of all parts of myself while I was online before sharing with Max. I felt like I needed to be in this role and be this person, but I'm actually very random. I'm very, very random. This is self-diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I have ADHD in the sense that I have a hard time sitting down and focusing. I like to do a bunch of things. I'm very energetic, but sometimes in a very chaotic way. So I think most of you know that now about me because I've been sharing myself for so much longer, but some of you who might just be on YouTube and not seeing me on Instagram are going to be learning this new side of me, which I also wish that there was a way to respectfully share the whole story with everybody about, what all the changes of events, because there's some really nasty rumors going around online that are very hurtful, and I'm not going to draw attention to it because I don't want to give this person who's created these any more attention because I don't think he deserves that. But it definitely has been a challenge. Hi from Canada, Montreal. Karen from Texas. Iris from Germany. It's so cool to see so many of you here. I'm going to try to speed it up because I want to cut this off at an hour so that if anyone wants to watch, they're not feeling like it's dragging on for too long. Amber, thank you for the good vibes from Missouri. JMK, don't forget to like. Thank you. Oracle question. What has been the most beautiful takeaway from finding yourself again? Oh, I think I answered that earlier. Julia says, I have Ford Transit as well, and I love it so much. Trying to figure out a heater because I'm in Canada. Let me know if you have any plans for heating the Ford. A lot of my friends have the S-Bar heater, Julia, and then there's also another version, a cheaper version of the S-Bar online, but essentially it's a diesel heater that does work really well. The Van Wives, if you look up the Van Wives on YouTube, they actually just did clean out their diesel heater and they explain everything. So go check them out. They have information. Jane says, you were so good with Aki. Will you be getting a dog? Thank you, Jane. Not right now. It was a very emotionally tolling time to be taking care of Aki, knowing that he was going to be leaving after X amount of months. So it's a big emotional undertaking. So I'm not looking for getting another dog right now. I'm also just enjoying the freedom of just being me and only needing to take care of me for a little while. So not interested in getting another dog at the moment. Adam, hello. Nice to see you on here. Well, nice that you're on here. Umesh says, hi, Liam from India. How are you doing? How do you do yoga meditation? I do them both very intuitively now. As I said earlier, I use the app Insight Timer, Headspace, and I just try to sit on my mat and move my body for what I feel I need. Stephanie says her boyfriend is a dog. Yep. Alistair says, I appreciate your courage. Thank you. It's definitely more rewarding than not. I remind myself that. Your glasses are great. Thanks. They're actually blue light blocking glasses for how much time I spend in front of the computer. So FNA Van Life says, I love Julie Pite for the Life of Me podcast and Water Tiger community for meditation healing. Thank you. I'm going to screenshot that right now and look into all of those things. Karanza says, if you ever get to do the NC 500, happy to help as a local. I don't even know what the NC 500 is. Jordan, what's the NC 500?
It's a smaller van. It's like
a van.
Yeah.
It's a smaller van. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate that offer. Hi from Belgium. Okay, good night. Thank you for being here. Take a moment to give her a thumbs up. Harry's asking if I miss traveling with Aim and Beck. I miss them every single day. They are such incredible energy to be around, and it's been really fun. Adam, am I missing the cold winters in Barrie? Absolutely not. Nice question, because you knew the answer to that one, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm over the moon with the winter here. I miss my friends and family, but that is something that I always miss when I travel, and it's a choice that I make. And thankfully, with FaceTime, you can really get the best of everything, which is amazing. Amy says, it's my dream to live in a tiny house. I feel you, Amy. Less is more. I've definitely learned with having less things just clears my mind a lot more as well. And then you get a bigger backyard and spend more time outside. Marcella is asking, how did I find those communities in South America? Some were by chance, totally by chance. One of the communities with the people I love was in Finca Pingüino in Ecuador. It is a food farm, a family setting all this up, and then Sue does yoga retreats. So I just got to this point where I needed to find somewhere to go do yoga, and I looked online and I found their thing and I went to it, and it was incredible. So that was just like kind of flowing with where I was going. And then most of the time it was just kind of being open to opening our van doors and seeing what's around us and talking to our neighbors and talking to some locals and asking questions and finding out who was where and what, and meeting other travelers on the road. And then also, thanks to Instagram and YouTube, a lot of times, like a lot of people on YouTube would recommend a place to go check out, and then we would go check that out, and it was incredible. So being open was a lot of that reason. Daniel, hello from Ireland. Thank you for the positive words. Hi from Costa Rica. It's so cool to see this very, very global community. Jacob, how's Glow today? Nice to see you. I don't know if any of you, if I know some people here aren't on Instagram, but Jacob and I are working together. He's helping me with brand partnerships, as well as just being an absolute boss and helping me brainstorm, and is a great addition to the Life with Lee team. So hopefully you meet Jacob when he comes down to California sooner than later. Marcella, and also Chloe's doing great. She's napping. Where is Chloe right now? In her bed? She's on her bed. Okay. And also this is just a peek outside the window, and this is Jordan. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Okay. So, okay. Oh, so Marcella, you're asking how can you reach those places and communities in South America? Honestly, if you go back through the YouTube videos on the Max and Lee channel, there's information on each video of who we talk to and how you can get in touch with them. But mostly if you type in their names online, you'll find a way to connect. Sarah's asking where I see myself in 1, 5, and 10 years. Oh, Chloe, come here. Okay, this is Clover. She's waking up. She's 9 years old. She loves to cuddle. She loves to eat snacks, and she also traveled the Pan American Highway with Jordan. So from California all the way down to almost the base of Patagonia, Argentina. And now she's just living the best life over here. Loves the beach. Again, loves a good cuddle. Okay, so Sarah, where do I see myself in 1, 5, and 10 years? I've never looked to the 10-year plan. That's way too far for me. I'm not that great of a planner. 1 and 5 years, I would have had a more concrete plan before 2020 as well, but I'm trying not to really plan too far in the future because it could get completely changed, and I don't want to put expectation into the future. But as of right now, for the next year, I plan on seeing myself between California and Canada, building my van, traveling around with that van once it's ready, working on building up the Life with Lee platform and really finding where my inspiration lies with content creation. I have a few weddings coming up this year, so spending some quality time with friends and family. In the next 5 years, I'd love to find land. We have a dream of finding land and building a tiny home community and actually making that happen. So really, it's a matter of where, when, but not how or why or if. It's definitely, I'm starting to really put a lot of thought into that. So, one day I can host many of you as you come through in your campers, or maybe have little Airbnb cabins to stay and just foster community. Like, that is an absolute dream of mine. Hello from Serbia. Trixie saying, do you have any schooling for content creation, or have you learned most of the making on YouTube? I've learned everything on YouTube aside from one book that when I started YouTube in 2018, I read called How to Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck. I'll probably reread it because I learned a lot of really great lessons in there, just pointers that you wouldn't really know unless you did go to film school. Otherwise, nowadays, everything is on YouTube. Peter McKinnon is a great source. Lizzie Pierce is a female who's a content creation. She's a content creator. She has her own company with her and her partner, Chris Howe, and they both put out a lot of great information on tutorials on how to do things. But if you just type in what you're looking to learn on YouTube, you will be able to find it, and then just practice is the best. Annie from South Africa. I want to go to South Africa so badly. That is high on my list as well. Anne is asking, Lee, have you thought about connecting with Nomadic Movement in Bogota, Panama? Love the work through all this COVID mess to keep their tiny home community dream alive. Yeah, I will. I've definitely chatted to Kaylee a lot. I feel really connected to her, and our stories are similar with having gone through our own mental health battles. I'm super stoked to see them living their dreams and working so hard to build what they are building. I've told them that they have a home here, and they've told me that I have a home there when I can go. So it's not a plan in action, but it is something that I would like to do eventually. It'd be really cool, especially because I didn't really stop and spend much time in Panama as well. Nicole says, why would you leave Canada for the US? I hate it here. I think sometimes it's easier to look at somewhere else and say the grass is greener. Obviously, it has been a very, very difficult year in the States with all the political happenings and with just the intensity of the year as is. But, love. I came here for love. I came here for the weather. I'm grateful to obviously be able to go back to Canada. I don't know if this will be my permanent home. I'm just kind of going with the flow. Rakesh is asking, what motivates you the most? I'm back. Hello. Okay, so these are the pajamas that Beck got me for my birthday this year. We have matching ones. No big deal. Yes, I'm totally normalizing doing live stream pajamas because it's 2020. So that's just how it is. Okay. Oh my gosh, so many great questions. I'm just going to try to go slightly faster because I just lost my spot. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I lost my spot. I'm just going to kind of jump right back in here because there's a lot of great questions. Bagels with cream cheese is my favorite. Yes, Aaron, love that. Hi from Western Australia. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, so Grace is asking, how did I get first into travel from a financial standpoint? Like, did you attend college, university, and then travel, or how did you make money? To travel in the van in 2017, I was working at a restaurant, saving up money. Really, what I find is a key element if you want to travel somewhere is to change your current habits and redirect money that you might be spending on your current life into your future. So I stopped spending money on clothes. I stopped going out as much. I started just trying to save money in those areas and put that money aside. So I worked really hard. I was also very grateful to be welcomed home to live with my parents and have a reduced rent. So if you could move in with a friend or move in with family and save on reduce your car payments and reduce your cost of living, that can put money toward travel. So Sandra says, when we let others hurt us with their words, it can often be because a little part of them believes them. As you said, embracing all of who you are is the best tool to disempower others. Great words, Sandra. I absolutely believe you. Joanna says, Hailey, do you think that backpacking South America with a 2-year-old kid is dangerous? Kisses from Portugal. I don't think that's dangerous, no. I think that anywhere you decide to backpack, there are smart precautions to take. I think that, there's a lot of pre-planning that you can do. You can kind of set out your routes. Depends on where in South America, absolutely where as well. There's some areas that are known to be a little bit more dangerous than others. But what I found from being down in South America was that it was people, especially in the small towns, once you get away from the big cities is where more of the danger lies. Once you get into these small towns, people are just so welcoming, and traveling with a 2-year-old would be so rewarding because locals would just love to meet him or her. And, kids are just so authentic and genuine. I think that would really be an enriching experience. And I met a lot of families traveling down there. So it's definitely doable. Liza said, isn't Eamon coaching you through your build? I did originally ask Eamon to build my van. And although heart was like, yeah, he's like, that's going to be a lot of, we were talking about building a community van with Eamon and back in Jazz and Crystal in Canada. And then Eamon's like, for some reason, I think that I'm going to have to do most of that work. It's going to fall on me. And I was like, yeah, that's probably true. So he's not coaching us through a build, but he's an amazing support always whenever we need to call and ask a question. Lena is asking, did you save for your van build and did you take out a loan? How will you fund this future endeavor? So Lena, we sold, Max and I, when we split, we sold our old van. So I have kept that money from the van sale, which was about $15,000. We sold it for $30,000. So I had $15,000 set aside for this van. And then I have been working. I also did work at a restaurant in Canada this year to be saving up money to put it aside. I would like to finance it first, so I can slowly pay that off while having money for everything else. And then starting up on YouTube again, I will be using the Max and Lee platform as well as this platform for the next 6 months, just like Max had just used the platform for the 6 months to do his van build, and that will allow me to have some sponsorships that will help go toward the van and allow me to make money off AdSense by creating these videos as well. So that will all be helpful for the van. CR said it's going to take time for us to get used to Lee and Jordan. I'm going to make something really clear right now. Life with Lee is not turning into a couples channel. Life with Lee is going to be me sharing my perspective with you and all that it encompasses. So I totally respect that it's going to take some time to see me as somebody else. And I get that. And, I welcome you as much as you want to be here or not. It's not something that I'm not going to be turning it into like that being the focus of the channel at all. Again, I'm excited to have all that creative, authentic, autonomy, and Jordan's going to be a character, obviously, in this, as well as my friends and my family and everybody else. So it's just going to be my life through my perspective. But yeah, I respect that. Okay, it's 10, so I'm just going to kind of pick a few because there's a lot of great questions on here now, but I don't want to keep going too long. Georgina says the fitness series Eamon and Becca's kept me sane during lockdown in Germany. Thanks so much. I'm so glad you love that. I always turn back to those videos when I'm just needing something to do really quick, and they are good workouts. So if you have never seen the fitness series, it's on Eamon and Becca Plus on YouTube. It's a 21-day challenge, no weights necessary. You can do it from anywhere. Grace said, when did you get to Santa Barbara? It's been on the top of my list for travel for years. I got here November 9th. Yep. I came in November 9th, and I've been here since. I originally was supposed to go home for Christmas, but because of COVID restrictions changing, I stayed here. Liza, I don't know if it's Lisa, but Liza or Liza, but I appreciate you being here. Okay, so Katie, that's a cool way of spelling, Kayde. Says, maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, said, just stumbled on your old channel last night. I recently started a similar channel with my girlfriend. So you have any tips for us as far as YouTube goes? As far as YouTube goes and starting a channel as a partnership, really make sure if you're starting a channel, you both have the same intention so that your relationship is first and foremost, because YouTube can become all consuming. And then you can feel like you might be making decisions for YouTube before for yourselves. And if you guys are the content on YouTube, you need to take care of YouTube first. So my biggest advice is just to really be open with communication and check in with yourselves. Otherwise, have fun and do yourself. Don't try to be like whatever else you see online, because, what I think people get drawn to is your personality. So the more you can be yourself, the better you'll feel, and the more people will be able to really connect with you. And don't be afraid to change things up and try different things. You can get very sucked into doing the same thing because that's what works. But I think like what you're going to see on Life with Lee is going to be a whole lot of different things. Laura's, that's my birthday month. I'm born in October. I am a Scorpio. I can be a little fiery. That's for sure. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Patrick. Hi, Lee. Are you happier in yourself now? Absolutely. I don't know if you can tell through the way I'm coming across, but I'm very happy with who I am and where I am. Rude's asking if I'm on TikTok. Not yet, but my sister might be coming on board to join the Life with Lee team as my TikTok content creator, or helping me solidify that platform as well. She's a lot of great ideas. Thank you for all the love. Carrie's saying, do you feel that you can only make those changes on your own? I personally feel if I have someone that loves and supports you, they'll help you be there as you find yourself. Oh, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. In this moment, like I didn't need to be, I had a lot going on at the same time. I didn't need to be single to make all the personal changes that I was making. I was not in, like, I needed to be single because I wasn't super happy. I wasn't happy in my relationship, and I needed to work on all of these things. But I think if you're with somebody that loves and supports you, don't get me wrong, somebody could be a great person that loves and supports you, but they might not be your person, or they might be your person, but that's something totally personal to you. If you're wanting to go through those changes and somebody wants to support you through those, I think that's amazing. But I think first and foremost, you need to make sure that you are living in alignment with yourself. And I wasn't. Chris says, that's great advice from your mom. Good. I'm really glad that you like that. It's true. I appreciate all the words of don't care what other people think. It's so much easier said than done, and I'm getting a lot better at it. Vicky says, I noticed the last few of your videos with Max that you were not yourself. So happy that you found yourself, or you fought for yourself, and you're here with us today. Thank you. It's interesting. I have gone back through the footage now and seen it, and I didn't even know that completely at the time. So it's just something you grow from. All right, first question. Why did I break up with Max? You know, I'm sure that is a question that a lot of people would like, and out of respect to the relationship that Max and I had, I don't want to get into it because it is personal. All I want to say is that I think very highly of Max. I think he's a great person. I really cherish the time that we had together. I don't think at the end of the day that him and I were meant to be together. And I just wish him all the happiness going forward. But I needed to make a decision for myself. So that's as much as I'll get into that because, yeah. Aaron said, would you do a meetup back in Canada if COVID rules allow it? I met you briefly in the winter when I picked up the order from Chaiwala. Oh yeah, Aaron, you're the nurse. You were in Hamilton, I think. I think you were in Hamilton. Yeah, I would definitely love to do that if it's safe to do so. Probably not anytime soon because, but I mean, that is what I was doing. Like, that's what I was doing. That's what I wanted to be doing. That's what I was doing with Chaiwala, community coordinator. I love community. I would love to do that. Send me a message on Instagram, Erin, too, if you're looking at building a van and have any questions. Chanel's asking, how did Jordan and I meet? Sorry for who said that. And quick, Chanel, we met on the road in Bolivia. We traveled together in South America, hit it off as friends, and had just continued being friends for well over a year. And then just recently in about August, September, it turned into this nice, beautiful shift. And our lives were just aligning and everything we wanted was aligning. And yeah, now we're here. Sandy says, the hardest breakups when no one is a bad person and that you're not going in the same direction anymore. To suffer, to be true to yourself takes amazing strength. I hope you're the best for your future. Absolutely, Sandy. And that's exactly it again, is that, Max and I had a great relationship. It's just that I needed to go in a different direction. And it is very hard. It's very hard because it's other people don't know how to make sense of it, but you are the only person that matters in your own relationship. I really have come to learn that. It was, just not easy, but very rewarding to follow my heart. Vincent, I am very lucky to have a son. I love that so much. Thank you for all the love. I'm trying to skip down here because I think I'm going to wrap this up once I can get to the bottom of all the questions. We have Czech Republic, we have Scotland, we have Portugal. This is Belgium. So, so cool. NC 500 is North Coastal Road in Scotland. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I would love to do that. Montenegro. Did Jordan sneak up in your DMs or you? Jordan and I kind of both kept up with each other. We would comment on each other's Instagram things in February and January. I knew he was moving to Santa Barbara and settling in. We were both kind of going through the same things. And he did ask to talk on the house party app the first time. And then I asked the second time, and it was very organic, very organic. Andy, what's your long-term life achievable dream? Again, building a tiny home community and being able to welcome and host people like you guys from all over the world. I think it's achievable because I have experienced so many other people who have done it, and I have a lot of great friends and resources of information around me in order to do it. I think it's going to take a lot of hard work to be able to build up the money to be able to afford a property, but I think the potential is there and the desire is there. We have Netherlands, England. Thank you for all the love. What could you wish for 2021? What are your expectations? I wish that the world will open back up and that this virus will get under control and that we can all have a better year in 2021. And I have no expectations. I'm really working hard on dropping expectations. Okay, tell us about your stint at Chaiwalla. Is it over and how was working on it? I loved working for Chaiwalla. That's my friends Eamon and Beck's tea company. I am no longer working with them full time the way I was, but I love the company so much that I'm always loving to do work with them if I can. But right now, I've redirected to be focusing on Life with Lee. Definitely want to do the NC 500. Okay, Carrie's asking if the Max and Lee channel will be deleted. Absolutely not. Max and I worked really hard on that channel, and a lot of the videos on there are still being watched by other people looking to travel and gaining valuable information. I will be using the channel for the next 6 months. Max will be, has already done it for 6 months. That was our agreement. We both would relaunch our new channels from the old one, and then we will both continue to split any revenue that would come from the Max and Lee channel as people watch that. Okay, I'm going to pick 3 more questions because otherwise I'm just going to keep talking, and that's my problem. I talk a lot. So then do a little wrap up and then I'm getting off. Okay. About the van, are you building one just yourself, or is it you and Jordan building one together? So Jordan will be helping build the van. It is going to be my van and therefore my everyday vehicle. And I'm putting out the costs for the van because this is something I wanted to do on my own anyway. Most likely I'm going to be adventuring around in the van with Jordan as well, but this is my vehicle that I'm building. Okay. Will be a little jealous if Max meets a new girl and starts a channel with her. Absolutely not. I want literally only the best for Max. And, you know, if he meets somebody new tomorrow, or if he already has met somebody, then I'm happy for him. Okay. Yeah, and, you know, guys, anybody in here who's commenting that is rude, I appreciate you who are defending me. And at the end, I'm just not putting any attention into it. I'm not feeding into it. There is, you know, I don't understand. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. And if you just want to be here to make somebody else not feel great, then you're not really welcome to be here. But don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that I don't think that, you know, having a difference of opinion is not important. I absolutely welcome criticism, and I welcome feedback, and I welcome constructive dialogue, and I welcome an open channel. But there are some people who have come from somebody else's channel who is just a channel fostering specifically rude things. And if you're coming from there, you're not welcome. Okay, anyway, I think that is, I'll answer one more. Leanne says, do you think therapy is absolutely necessary for someone struggling with mental health that is not chronic but situational, circumstantial, or do you believe the power of the mind alone? I think that therapy is an amazing aid and tool for somebody struggling with mental health. And I do believe in the power of the mind alone for sure, but I think I tried to face my issues alone first, and I was not doing so well. And then as soon as I opened up to ask for help from more people, that started helping me. So I think there is a vulnerability is strength, and I think there is a power in opening up and sharing what you need with other people to get more of what you need. And there is a great website that I use right now. It's called betterhelp.com. You have to be selective with the counselors you get and make sure that you find somebody that works for you, but it's more affordable and more accessible online. And that is something that I've done. Darnell says, I met a girl from Turkey that was traveling with a newborn baby in India. I met her at a hostel. Cool. Good for you. Yeah. I mean, oh, she was traveling with a newborn baby. Yeah. You meet people from all over. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap up here because I'm a little bit lost in all of my comments. Darnell also asked if I plan on staying in California permanently. I don't have any permanent plans for anything right now. I'm just kind of going with the flow of life. Welcome to the other Scorpios in here. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap that up. I appreciate all the love and all the encouragement and all the feedback that has been coming on here. What this says, when you want to have a house here in Guadalajara, Mexico, near the beach. Oh, Sergio, are you like? Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I wish us of holidays, no matter what you celebrate. I know this year is going to be different than the past. And, you know, if you're feeling a bit more isolated, I encourage you to reach out to friends and family. And I'll be here sharing and connecting on Instagram. You can find me at Life with Lee on Instagram as well. I really appreciate having this opportunity to connect with all of you, and I'm excited to start sharing some more. So thank you. Happy Sunday. I'm going to eat my breakfast now, enjoy the sunshine, probably do some yoga and relax, de-stress, and let everything come through. Thank you, Cassandra, for working hard over there. And yeah, I agree. I appreciate that you all have my back. I have your back. And this community is something I really look forward to growing together. Goodbye. Mwah. I love you all. Take care.